If you're new to the channel, you see this, you're probably thinking, but this was a sports channel, not a therapeutic group. You would be right. It's both. Because every time I start this show off, in honor of a friend that I lost to this, I've made it a mission to just say one. And I know it's somebody out here who has thought about this, who has been through this, who has had life the hell out of them, who's had some moments where it just didn't seem like there was much to say. But I want you to know that there are people out there who care. People out there who get excited just simply hearing your voice, that need to hear your voice, that need to feel your touch, know your laughter. There are people out there just simply willing to know that you can see them and they see you. And I know there are some of you who have gotten to a point where it's become so difficult that that's hard to believe. If you're one of those people who are battling with some inner thoughts and you don't know what to do, dial 3 simple numbers, 988. That's all you got to do. 3 simple numbers, 988, will get you all the help that you need. Okay? You don't have to be a superhero. You just simply have to be your own hero. So before you make a decision, we have to live with. Make one that you can live with and go get some help. Now let's punch in and talk football. Pride Nation, welcome back. The NFL draft is over, and I'm gonna tell you 100% that this is gonna be therapy for some, nightmarish for others, and a joy for all. You know me, I don't sugarcoat it. I ain't finna try to be sweet about it. I'm gonna do my best to keep Patty Luke under the table, but y'all know how it gets sometimes. It's hard out here, all right? It is absolutely hard out here. We're going to talk about every draft pick. We're going to talk about the draft approach, trades, Brad Holmes, the Detroit Lions in general. You know how this thing works. So let's see who I got in the building with me at this moment. As more come in and more come on later to check this out and critique it. Hey, I welcome all of it. But just know, I ain't finna sugarcoat nothing for you. All right? I'm not finna do it. All right? So, we got my man's Detroit Lions, the bad guy in the building. Okay? We got that fan man in the building. Makai Holt is in the building. Looney Tune is in the building. NFL Scout 247, aka 24/7. It says, "What up, though, Luke? My channel used to be called Lions Fans Express." Okay. But now I go by NFL Draft 247 so I can focus on NFL scouting and personnel, my dream job. Can't wait to hear your opinion. Hey, shout out to you. I'm going to have to add you to my featured channels and show some love to them. So if y'all ain't subscribed to the good brother, please do. We got Perry Ball in the building. We got Friendly Neighborhood Lion in the building. We got Dirty Glove William who says, "Come on now, Petty Luke, get him." All right, listen. All right, if you in here, I don't care what you put in the chat. I'm going to shout you out. Then I'm going to put the link in for y'all to join me and talk y'all talk. Now, I'm going to be clear about this, okay? It's about to get interesting, all right? Here's my view of the draft. If you're looking for draft grades, y'all know I hate them because I believe a draft grade only comes after about year 2 or 3. All right, preferably around that area, because that way we can kind of see what we got and what they are. And if you force me to give you a draft grade, I'm just going to say C, right? Until I see them play. But every year there's a pick that somehow draws the pettiness out of me. And this year it happened again. In case you missed any of my previous shows, I came up with a beautiful list called 10 Things I Do Not want the Lions to do. Number 10 on that list was draft a player with a lengthy injury history. I checked. I didn't see nobody that had too much of a lengthy injury history, but there were some injuries involved. It is football there, you know. I said don't draft a single cornerback. And they met number 9. They did not draft a cornerback. They met number 9. Number 8, the Lions should not draft a linebacker. And I can't believe it, but you would have thought that they would have understood that. And again, they did not draft a linebacker. Okay. Number 7 was draft a quarterback with any of our picks. So they got 2, 3. What's that? They got 3 out of the 10 so far. 3, not bad. All right. Number 6 was trade a future first round pick to acquire an extra first this year. So they did good there. That's 4 out of the 5. Number 5, draft another project player. Apparently, they was hard of hearing when I said this. And some of you are going to come in here with this delusion talking about some damn Vanillatron. That's not going to be a thing. We're not going to do that, but we're going to talk about it. We can most definitely talk about it, okay? So apparently they missed that one right there because that's exactly how I deem that particular pick. It's a project, okay? And then number 4 was trade up for a non-pass rusher. Well, they didn't seem to get that memo because what did they do? Traded up, not once, not twice, but they didn't get a pass rusher. All right, cool. They didn't trade it. All right, cool. Number 3 was draft a defensive tackle in rounds 1, 2, 3. I didn't want the Lions to do that. They took one in the first round. Pick 28. Number 2 was draft a wide receivers in rounds 1, 2, 3. If you was just listening a few minutes ago or you saw the draft, I'm pretty sure you knew that they drafted a receiver in 1, 2, 3 rounds, somewhere in that area. Okay. And number 1 was trade out of the first round. Now, out of my 5 things, they were 50%. I bring that up for this reason alone. To the people who are super optimistic and things, great. To the people who grade this draft an A, great. To the people who enjoy every part of this thing called an off season thus far, great. My message to you is simple.
Help me. Help me. Help you. Help me. Help you.
I'm just here to help. I'm just here to help. Let's see who went here. We got my man's. I'm finna get the cook. We got my man Mob Base in this mug. We got my man Just Adrian in the building. Marcus Willis is in the building. We got my man Dan Spanos in the building. What up, though? Listen to me. I would be understanding of the draft from this perspective. The Lions definitely made sure that they got needs, okay? They made sure that they got needs. Now, some of you are going to notice there's a video on the screen. It's just going to play for a little bit. I'm going to probably be doing this periodically throughout because some of you have a short memory. And that's good, especially in this thing called life. But I want you to remember in this thing called football, something happened. I also want you to pay attention to down, distance, and what happened. Pay close attention to how close the defense is to the opposing quarterback. I want you to pay attention to, did they have to blitz or did they not have to blitz? Take in all this information that has been shared with you because this short clip is just a snippet of why I think it is absolutely absurd for you to be sitting there at 28 and draft a damn D tackle. And before anybody come in here and start talking to me, telling me about, well, he's just like Aleem McNeil, newsflash, you got that guy in the 3rd round, okay? You didn't spend the 28th pick overall. And seeing how most of you forgot that we got an issue with stopping the mobile quarterback, I figure I inflict some re-trauma to you. You see, sometimes we don't get into a position to fully understand what's happening. We just have to just be reminded of what happened, okay? And see, I look at the D tackle position and I ask myself, is this D tackle like Braden Fisk? If anybody care to agree or disagree with that, share it in the chat. My answer to that is no, he's not Braden Fisk. He's not even a thought to be Braden Fisk, okay? Then I said to myself, all right, he's not Braden Fisk. All right. What about that guy from the guy from the Ravens, Niamdi, and Burku, and what is his name? Maduk, that guy? Is he that guy? Is he going to be that guy? And if somebody says to me, well, yeah, he can be just like that guy. Oh, because that guy was taken in the 3rd round too. Then I started thinking to myself, what happens every single year? And I had to go back. I remember when the Lions opted to not take Aaron Donald, and every fan made sure they remember that happened. They remember that they didn't take that. And it's like, oh, well, they didn't take it, right? Everyone said that, right? And then I sit here and I see every single person every year do the same thing like clockwork. They go, oh, this is exciting. This is new. This is this. Let me help you with a little psychology. Okay. I said this once, I'll say it again. Do you remember when you had your first girlfriend? You remember that? Your first boyfriend, whatever. You remember when you had that, right? That was exciting, right? And then something happened and you broke up, right? And then you got the next person. And what do you know? That was exciting too. It was new. What do you know? And then something happened and you broke up. And then you met somebody else. And what do you know? That was exciting. Shout out to my man, All 22 Films, my man, Coach over there. What's going on, brother? I saw your breakdown. What up, though? All right. So listen, I'm sitting here and want people to understand something. You remember the first time you did the first time? You remember that? That was exciting. And the second time, when it was somebody new, it was even more exciting. My point is, you're always excited when something is new. What you need to do is take a second to reflect on how this helps us win a Super Bowl now. That's the mission, right? That's the mission. All right. So that's the mission. If the mission is to win a Super Bowl, how does the D tackle help? Okay, Luke, what magical DN were we going to take that was going to help that? Oh, was it going to be Mike Green? Because, oh, yeah, Mike Green is going to be the difference. Yeah. Yeah. See, he would have been a difference. You know why? Because he would have been a perfect complement to Aiden Hutchinson. And I already know what Brad Holmes is going to do. I know what he's going to do to shut hell for y'all up. You know what he's going to do? He's just going to bring back Zadarius Smith. Well, Luke, you can't say that. I can't say that. I can say he's going to bring back Zadarius Smith, and I can say that with 100% certainty that that's exactly what he's going to do. Well, Luke, how can you say with 100% certainty that he's going to bring him back? As long as that man is sleeping with cash down, his ass staying put in Detroit. He ain't taking no phone calls because he got to stay close to his girl. Okay? He ain't having it, all right? So, I know they're going to bring him back.
We will not have it. I said we will not have it, oh.
And my question is, for what? Because he won't be the compliment that you need opposite of Aiden Hutchinson. Oh, well, Luke, we needed a D tackle. Aleem McNeil, he ain't coming back until Christmas, man. Christmas, possibly New Year's. Well, why did you bring in Roy Lopez? Well, we needed depth, man, depth. Why did you trade up a few years ago to bring in Broderick Martin? But Luke, what about all the other stuff? Hey, I'm just telling you, in your playoff game at home against a Washington Commanders team with a rookie quarterback, this is what happened. There's no pass rush. There's no. You take a D tackle. in the first round. And you know what's going to happen. He's going to get compared to every D tackle taken after him. And this is more proof to me that we were going to take the guard from North Dakota State. We were going to take him. He didn't fall. That ruined the whole plan. Right? Now, let me get to the second round pick. I love it. I love Tate Ratledge. Man, that's a good talent. I have no problems with it. I think that's a good pickup. I think he's an instant player that you can bring in, do some things with. Great. I love everything about that guy. I would be surprised if he don't succeed. To the people who are hyping up and ignoring the fact that you gave up 2/3 in next year's draft for a receiver who's not even going to be receiver 3 or 4 on the roster this year, and you're excited about it, it's because he's a project. He's a project who may produce, right? To the people who are saying he's going to be Puka Nacua. Puka stay hurt. I don't know if you kind of want that player, but maybe you do. But Puka be hurt. To the people who are like, but it's only a third, man. We're going to get a comp pick back, so it's really only 1/3. Okay, that's great. That's great. You could have had 3 of them. Who cares? The mission is to win a Super Bowl. How does taking a D tackle in the first, a receiver in the third, trading away capital in next year help you win a Super Bowl this year? I'll wait. Somebody talk to me. I'll wait. Okay? How? So, again, I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it. I'm just needing somebody to help me help you understand why you're excited, because it's new. That's all it is. You're excited because it's new. Then, what do we do? Right? What do we do? Because now we don't basically, we basically have given up the draft position per se, and we come back and we take another damn guard. Now, don't get me wrong. Miles Frazier is a nice pickup, right? But if you would have told me, and I'm curious for the people who was listening, those in the back, can you tell me who had on their bingo card in a draft loaded with defensive talent for you to not only create depth, but to really push this defense to a position to compete, that we would have came out in 7 picks with 4 offensive players? Who had that on their bingo card? Please tell me who had that on their bingo card. I want to know the person who had that on the bingo card. I'm having a hard time finding somebody to give me that on the bingo card. Like, seriously. Who's the person that said the worst part of your damn team for this is 5th season? I can't say, people always want to say, oh, you just hate Brad Holmes. I don't. I hate his approach to building a defense. Look at the offseason. Just look at it. He did good, man. He got DJ Reed. Okay. You remember that. You was hyping it up. Remember that. He's the best man coverage corner. You remember that. Look at the offseason. You tell me, where's this investment to win a Super Bowl now? Don't keep telling me our Super Bowl winner 3 years. He going in his 5th year. This is 5 years of this stuff, man. At first, you said we didn't have no talent. Okay, cool. Oh, and to the people who want to say, oh, look how many, he's getting 2 and 3 Pro Bowlers. The Pro Bowl is as big of a joke as the spectacle that they allow you to watch. Look what the Pro Bowl has become. It used to be a football game where the best of the best actually played and hit each other, and now it's flag football, and let's see who can do combine drills in front of the fans. It is a joke. It is not respected. That's why people who are all pros are the real deal. And guess what? You don't have one. Maybe Ragnar. I'm talking about defense in particular, but look at your defense. Who's the all-pro on defense that made it as a Detroit Lion? Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. It's not gonna be a happy day if you don't like this. If you came in looking for positivity, here's the positive. He at least filled some needs. But okay, we needed a backup safety. You got one. Cha-ching. We needed a guard. You got 2. I don't know if we needed 2 guards, but you got 2. Cha-ching. You needed a pass rusher, and you took a pass rusher that I wanted and said that we can get later. Cha-ching. Where's the linebacker at? Do you realize that right now, if you lose any of your 2 starting linebackers right now, any of the 2 starting linebackers right now, the people coming in are Grant Stewart, Anthony Pittman, and Malcolm Rodriguez. You good with that? That's sustainable? That's depth? Oh, they must have put me off for playing this damn clip. That's what that was. They said stop playing that clip. Okay, I'll stop playing it. Okay, you don't want me to play the clip? I'm so upset. I'll show you. See, some people don't remember. I do. It's sort of like one of my favorite movies, V for Vendetta. Remember that movie? If you ever seen it, very good movie. DC movie. Remember. Some of y'all don't remember. This is 3rd and 5. I'll just leave this up for you to take this in for a minute before it play. It's 3rd and 5. We was in the Super Bowl window 2 years ago. So technically, from the time we hit NFC Championship to now, this would be the 3rd year in the Super Bowl window. Now, I ain't the smartest guy, and I ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer. But I don't know how big Super Bowl windows stay. At this point, we have been relegated to the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're going to have a good regular season. Hell, we might even be relegated to what the Dallas Cowboys was for a period, where they were good in the regular season, playoffs. Because guess what? Playoffs come and things happen. Well, Luke, we had all these injuries. Everybody coming back healthy. Oh, I like that idea, right? Right? I like that idea. You know, because everybody's coming back healthy, right? But you know what helps people who are coming back from injury? Having depth at positions that make other people's job easier. Like, I don't know, edge rusher. I don't know how in the hell we came out of this draft at the 7 picks with 4 offensive players. Nobody had that on their bingo card. If we'd have came out with 2 edge rushers, a linebacker, a safety, and a guard, I'd have been okay. If you took a D tackle, cool. Hell, I'll play devil's advocate, right? I'll play devil's advocate. Let's say, for the sake of argument, I'm going to play devil's advocate. All right? Let's say we flip Rutledge to the number 1 and the D tackle is number 2. Well, here's the problem with that. You still passed on high-quality pass rushers. Well, Luke, we got one of the guys that you wanted. I compared him to Kaminsky because the dude that's what he is. He's effort. He's going to work his ass off for you. In his interview, he said, Coach, I'll die for you. I'll die on this field for you. Dude's a good kid, good guy. He can talk the talk. He got spirit. He can even develop it to something great. But I chose him because I saw that he was a Lions guy, for 1. For 2, I did see enough of a skill set there to say he can make it on his team. And 3, I knew I can get him late. because I knew I was coming out with at least 2 edge rushers. With at least 2. I got 1 in the 6th round. Well, Luke, what if he end up being good? They're going to bring Zadarius Smith back. And he's going to rotate in and out with Marcus Davenport. Yeah, you have fun with that. Well, Luke, he had a checker pass. Oh, let's talk about that. Talk to the Ravens. Tell them. Tell the Ravens. Ravens, he'd have a checker pass. Go tell the Eagles about Jalen Carter's checkered pass. Go tell them. Tell them. Please do. You realize we played the Ravens this year. I pray to God that game is like week 1. We'll have a real good chance. Week 1. In case you were focusing on this before I put the link in the chat for you to come talk with me, I want you to look at this. This is 3rd and 5. Some of y'all downplayed the hell out of the Bears. All right? You played them. I want you to look at where the Bears down the distance is. I want you to look at where they are on the field. Okay? And then I want you to look at your offensive line. Well, Luke, why are you showing this, Luke? This is not fair because, we didn't have this. Well, Aleem McNeil's in. That's Pascal. I'm sorry. Levi over here. Let's see what happens, people. Third and 5. Right? Well, Luke, it's an incomplete pass. I know. How close were they to the quarterback? Luke, you tripping. If we was happy, if we was healthy, we would kill them. Oh. Were we healthy against the Rams in our first playoff appearance since 91? Were we healthy then? Was Aiden Hutchinson in then? Yeah, he was? Oh, okay. Okay. Was Aleem McNeil in then? Yeah, he was? Okay. Okay, all right. All right, cool. What happened on this? What happened on 3rd and 16? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. That man climbed the pocket, bro. That man climbed the pocket. You sent 5. Aiden Hutchinson is getting a 1-on-1 with a 5th man coming on 3rd and 16. You didn't need a pass rusher? But Luke, I know the answer now. Luke, what about, oh my God. They trying to shut me up. They trying to shut me up. Let's see what's going on. Hold on. Let's see what's going on. Let's see if they let me back.